up. Hands up. Hands. Hands up. Hands up. Chat. No big cake. Big cake. All right, here we go. Let's get into it. Got a little less than 15 minutes. These are some of my officers. How are you gentlemen tonight? Pretty good. Who might we have here? I don't know if I've met others. Perfect, perfect. I'm State's Attorney Jessie Justice. Okay, perfect. Yep. Have you made sure to look over the E&W and your body cam footage for me? I was just asking if you've made sure to look over the E&W and your body camera footage. Perfect. I appreciate it. Who's that officer over there with the helmet? Perfect. Yeah, I don't know how rowdy this crowd can get, but they've got some pretty serious crimes, so be on your toes. Y'all keep throwing us some big cases. I definitely appreciate it, even though it's a lot of work. Yeah, I understand that. Good deal. It is just going to be me on our side tonight, so I'm going to do the best I can. I've been pretty well prepped, and I've looked over everything. I have like 17 pages of trial prep, so. Okay. Okay. Yep. By the judge's stand. Yep, because one of you will have to swear in the witnesses. Okay. What's your name? Okay. Well, my name's Jessie Justice. Do we have Cody Bowles, Paisley Hart, or what's this other guy's name? Hold on. Johnny J. Oh, he did say that. That's right. And what about Paisley Hart? Do you know? Okay. Well, most of what I have is for you anyway. But I will have to use you to get their body cameras admitted, so. Mr. Murphy couldn't make it because of nightmares. Vaughn's gonna be here, you're here. What about Tyler Martinez? So it'll just be really Alex and Tyler's body cameras that I'll have to use one of you guys to get admitted. Yeah, no, he told me. Should be pretty simple though. It'll just basically be like, is it standard to wear body cameras? Do you know if this person was wearing a body camera? Blah blah blah. It'll basically be it. do be prepared, or if you want to go ahead and join the courtroom and the emails as well, because I will be using that to show the body cam footage. No, you're fine. That's okay. We'll do this again. And then, unfortunately, what does this call sign? Mr. Murphy's was messed up after the shooting. So. I didn't say that. All right. Well, we got 6 minutes, so I'm gonna head on in. Yep. Let's go. Well, let's go, chat. Oh, that's rude. No. Okay. No, sir. Nobody's in yet. All right. Who is Charlie Angels talking about in her birdie post? Who passed away on the course? She said, sometimes I have to stop and remember why I'm here. You didn't die in vain. I will carry on your legacy. I will never forget the sacrifice you gave to protect me. Huh. Trying to make sure I add the courtroom here for you guys. So you guys can see. Alright, let's listen to this music. Hello. I'm doing good, how are you? As ready as I'm gonna be. I know, it's just me. Oh, something like that. Sorry, guys! Thank you for the follow! What'd you say? No. No. The crimes are way too serious. We'll find out. Thank you for the follow, sorry. Yeah, no. Misdemeanor playing is wild. Oh, you're probably Sky, aren't you? I see starry skies. You're probably Sky. No face cam tonight, by the way, chat. I am just too tired, and I didn't feel like doing it. So, it's only because a couple of my fellow DOJ members wanted to see the case that I am even streaming. So, here we are. Tired as I'll get out. Tired as all get out. There's a lot of work that's gone into this case, chat. A lot. A lot. Yeah, my primary series right there, 90. We should have at least 2. You realize I put all the witnesses on there just to make y'all do extra work and worry a little more, right? Most of them were flat-backed. I would never put them on stand. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I always put them on there, though. You never know. Half of them were flat-backed, like I said. I would never put them on the stand. No. I mean, the most I could do is put them on there and be like, were you wearing a body camera? That's about it. A lot of work has went into this, chat. I'm hoping it goes well. It's a big case. We have 2 defendants, as you can see over there. There goes the judge. There we go. Doing great, Your Honor. How are you? None from the state, Your Honor. Thank you. May it please the court. This case is about a coordinated attack on law enforcement officers and the defendant's deliberate efforts to avoid arrest throughout continued violence. On August 2nd, 2026, officers responded to reports of shots fired at Cassidy Trail. What began as an investigation into a shooting quickly became a series of violent encounters spanning multiple locations. Officers responded to the scene were met with gunfire. Several officers were shot, others were struck by fleeing vehicles. The violence did not stop there. As law enforcement attempted to apprehend the suspects, the defendants fled from lawful traffic stops, continued firing upon officers, and remained armed until their eventual capture. During this trial, the state will present body-worn camera footage, crime scene reconstructions, forensic evidence, recovered firearms, and testimonies from the officers who investigated these events. The evidence will establish that the defendants, Bendover and Stephen Ramos, participated in this continuous course of criminal conduct, beginning at Cassidy Trail, continuing through Toledo Bay, and ending only after another armed confrontation in Roxford. At the conclusion of the evidence, the state will ask that the court to find both defendants guilty beyond a reasonable doubt on each of the charged offenses. The state would like to call 41 Whiskey Nelson Thomas to the stand, please. That's the left. Just raise both hands.
The rise of low tech presented the Black Ring Police and Toronto goes for people. Now they're on the move to all 6 years.
All right, here we go. You ready to proceed, Your Honor? Okay. Can you please state your name and assignment for the record? Thank you. Were you on duty on August 2nd of 2026? Were you involved in the investigation of the events at Cassidy Trail and the subsequent pursuit? How did you first become involved in this incident? sorry. Okay. Did you prepare a police report regarding your investigation? Does it fairly and accurately reflect your investigation? Your Honor, at this time, the state would like to move to admit State's Exhibit 1, the police report. Thank you. Okay, let's break down these events a little more. So, just take it step by step. Let's go back to when you were performing the felony stop. After you first arrived, what occurred? No, it was not, Your Honor. Basically, he doesn't like the way the report was written, since the officer included the evidence and the serial numbers of the weapon. Okay, sorry about that. Let's go back. I was asking, after you first arrived during the felony stop, what occurred? We just break it down.
Sure of any. It's depends.
Okay.
In other words, they trap the nasty stuff from spreading, so it's probably still there. I just don't know. But let's say we come across it, something even worse while we're there. What are we supposed to do? Look at you. You're excited, aren't you?
Okay, let's stop there for just a second. Is it standard for you to wear body cameras? To your knowledge, was 30 Whiskey Alex Murphy wearing a body camera during this incident? At this time, Your Honor, the state would like to move to admit State's Exhibit 2A, the body-worn camera of Alex Murphy, 30W. It doesn't matter. Foundation was just established by his fellow officer. That has not been established in previous trials. I have been able to have other officers testify to the accuracy of the events that are appearing in the body-worn camera. Thank you, Your Honor. Is it admitted then? Thank you. Okay, let's move on to the second officer down scene. While you were pursuing the Bronco, did you receive any additional emergency broadcasts? Thank you. I'm having a technical difficulty, Your Honor. Give me just a second. Can you see? Welcome to your meeting.
Perhaps it's a message just lived forever. It was her all late. The seal of luck will be broken. Then, I wish you would be within reach.
Let's just do this. Okay. After you received those broadcasts, what did you do?
What do you exactly do? They took our Pokemon.
Can you hear it now? Sorry. I hate that you haven't been able to hear it this whole time. That sucks. Okay, that answers that.
We're gonna have to talk to the phone tape.
Don't recall there is aware of anything that's been happening here today. See, this involved in this at all. Why do you think they brought us to some dusty dockside warehouse? I guess they don't want you to know what they're up to. Security guards that caught us working for Spindle. Why would Master Spindle do this? So, long enough.
Nevertheless, I'm here. I know.
No, Your Honor, that's kind of what the testimony's before. They haven't even given us a chance to establish anything.
Make contact with 30 Whiskey about whereabouts that chase is at for the Bronco, the four-door Bronco. And he called over radio, 30 Whiskey, which is Alex, he called over radio stating that they were entering Bolito Bay. And then I tried to make contact with 30 Whiskey again to see like what was the update. He said shots fired, and that's when his panic button went on, and then X-Ray 2's panic button.
Okay, did you after then return to that secondary scene, or did you stay at the first one?
I was heading towards 30 Whiskey and X-Ray 2's panic button. And as soon as I arrived on scene at 30 Whiskey and X-Ray 2, they were both flat backed as well too, along or with Steven's SUV there.
Okay, thank you. After the scene was secured, what did you do?
I began picking up evidence, taking pictures, running fingerprints, finding blood, and that's all I could do so far since other officers took blood and fingerprints from the primary scene.
Okay. Did your investigation continue after you finished processing the scene?
Yes, ma'am. I was heading back to MRPD to process more, process the rest of the evidence into our system when we got a call over dispatch that there were one suspect down, or an individual down in Roxwood with a driver in a station wagon.
Did you respond to that call?
Yes, ma'am. I turned around on Route 13. I was passing by Utool.
Objection. Lack of foundation. There was no call put out for a downed individual.
You're objecting to the testimony? There was
Yeah,
no question asked.
Mr. Moore, this is his testimony right now. You'll have a chance to cross-examine in a minute, and then
Okay.
we can establish that.
So, yeah, Your Honor, may I?
Yeah, go ahead.
So,
Striking
when
out.
the call was
He's
made
not
over
happy.
dispatch, the call was made over from EMS that there was a flat-backed individual up at Roxwood, because he was flying his helicopter due to so many officers being down. So he was up north and he received a call that there was an individual down in Roxwood. So he was running heat signature to see where that call was coming from, and he seen the station wagon with 2 people in it. One was flat back in the back seat, and it was the driver in the station wagon. And that's when Cody, which is X-Ray 11, called over dispatch that it was possibly our 2 suspects that was involved in the shooting with 30 Whiskey and X-Ray 2 at Polito.
Okay. And did you attempt to stop this vehicle with this downed individual?
Yes. X-Ray 11 was attempting to do so. I arrived on the scene as tertiary up in Roxwood.
What happened after the vehicle was stopped?
X-Ray 11 attempted to stop the vehicle. The vehicle did stop. We continued to code 5 the vehicle. The suspect known in that vehicle was the driver was Steven Ramos. Decided to take off from officers leading us on a chase across the bridge from Roxwood over towards Polito State Police Station. He then went not off-road, but took a left turn up the hill. We began to pit him out. He then continued to keep driving. We was able to box him in right down from the police station, like the state police station. He then left Ben in the back seat down. He took off foot and swam in the water and came back out, and he pulled his firearm on officers and began firing until I was able to down him before he injured any other officer.
Thank you. And after that, was the suspects immediately taken into custody?
Yes, both suspects were taken immediately into custody. Ben was taken into custody as soon as Steven left the vehicle. X-Ray 11, and I think a couple of officers was able to track down or follow Steven through the water until Steven come out of the water, and I was able to down him before he opened fire.
Okay, and were you wearing a department-issued body camera on August 2nd, 2026?
Yes, ma'am.
Was it functioning properly throughout these events?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you familiar with State's Exhibit 2C?
I have to refresh my memory.
It would be your body camera footage.
Yep. Yes, sorry.
Okay. Does that fairly and accurately depict the events as you observed them?
Yes.
At this time, Your Honor, the state would like to move to admit State's Exhibit 2C, and I would ask that we take this all to Zoom so that I can show some timestamps, if you don't mind.
Perfect. Yeah, we will all move into the Zoom courtroom and view the body-worn camera footage. And 2C is admitted.
Okay.
That's why we chose to assemble and train the
2C.
Alright, Snake, whenever you're ready.
Yes, sir. Let me get this screen shared here.
So just for the record, we'll still be voices in city, but we'll view it here.
Okay. There's an app.
And defense has pulled up right.
I do want to say I apologize about that. I tried to fix it, but I don't know how to.
It's okay. Your Honor, I will be unable to talk in city as I have this pulled up on my primary device here.
Okay. That's fine.
Okay, so we are going to go to timestamp 57 seconds. It's a little bit before.
My lovely, I mean, gosh.
Okay. Mr. Thomas, can you explain what's going on here?
You want me speaking here or in city?
I should be able to hear you either way, so just use something.
As you can see there, I was assisting 101 and other officers with other suspects at BCSO station when we received a panic button call at Cassidy Trail.
Okay, thank you. 1 minute, 20 seconds.
John, what's your 20?
Can you explain what you're doing at this point?
I began to get in contact with my ride-along, or my other officer that was riding with me, We begin to head that way towards Cassie Trail. The panic calls of Jordan Ramirez.
Perfect. Let's fast forward to 3 minutes and 40 seconds approximately. Okay. This is when you arrive on scene, correct?
Yep.
Okay, can you explain what is going on?
So as soon as I arrived on scene, you see that 230 is there beginning to do CPR on one of the down flatback officers. I then received a call over radio from 30 Whiskey that he has a 4-door tan and colored Jeep stopped, which is the vehicle that's going to come back to Steven Ramos.
Thank you. I'm going to just slightly ahead here, 4 minutes and 13 seconds. Can you explain what's happening here?
So we have the vehicle stopped, and we're going to begin the code 5 stop this 4-door SUV, Bronco-looking vehicle.
Okay. Fast forward just a little bit more. What's happening here?
30 Whiskey is trying to make contact with the driver, telling him to step out with his hands in the air.
Okay.
He then took off from us.
Okay. And 5 minutes and 38 seconds approximately.
Hear shots fired. Tyler Martinez going down, so I think you turn to go back to assist with them.
BMW.
Perfect. And then we'll fast forward even more. Right here. A little further. Okay. What was it you just passed there?
I was passing to go chase after that Sentinel, and you hear over the radio 30 Whiskey was still chasing, or that 30 Whiskey and X-Ray 2 was chasing that vehicle until it 1050'd into a pole, and it turned into an active 70, which they started running on foot.
Okay, let's fast forward to approximately 9 minutes.
Do you have anybody that can hear us there?
What are you observing at this location? You're fine, go ahead.
I am observing to see if I find any suspects, and I see both of my officers down on their flatback.
Okay.
And then I begin doing CPR on 30 Whiskey since he is flatback and he's bleeding.
Okay. Fast forward a little bit more. What are you doing here?
Once EMS arrived on scene to begin aiding the officers down, I deployed my K9 to try to sniff out to see if I can get their tracking location, like wherever they ran to. And my K9 was not able to pick them up due to them being too far, but my K9 kept picking up other officers.
Okay. And then we're going to fast forward to 17. That's right here. Okay, and what is it you're doing here?
I am checking for evidence, checking for bullet casings, blood, files, see what happened, and see like what was used, and see whose blood was on scene.
And did you run this evidence involved in this scene yourself when you got back?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you recall who the blood came back to, or any of the evidence?
One blood came back on scene right on the outside of Steven Ramos's vehicle. It came back to one of the bloods came back to Ben's blood.
Do you remember any of the others?
The other blood was Alex's blood, and then the other blood, I think it was X-Ray 2's, which is not in the system.
Okay. Let's fast forward to right here. There's more of the same, correct?
Yeah, I was picking up all the casings and projectiles.
This carries on for quite a while, so.
Yes.
Let's see. 24. A little bit before.
Okay, 10-4. I just wanted to double check with you. So, I'll
Hold
probably
on,
get...
we got a 911 call from these individuals. Up in Roxwood.
Roxwood.
Then we received a 911 call from Alex Murphy
It don't matter.
about an individual being down up in Roxwood.
Well, if you want to, you don't have to.
Perfect. We'll fast forward again until we arrive in Roxwood. I'm just trying to make this easier for the court here. Can you explain to us what occurs here when you arrive?
So as soon as we arrive, X-Ray 11 has this station wagon as an active traffic stop. Then
Chat,
we
if anybody's
begin
talking, I
to,
can't see it right now. I'm using all my.
since we begin to do a Code 5 felony stop on the vehicle, the driver of the vehicle decides to take off from us.
Fast forward just a little bit more to the point where the car stops again. Okay, and what occurs here after the vehicle stopped?
As you see, Steven hopped out of the driver's seat of the station wagon, then began running on foot. 102 Paisley was able to get Ben out of the back seat of the vehicle, was able to get him cuffed and taken over on the side of the road. X-Ray 11 was calling over radio that he was still chasing Steven through the water, and Steven was making shooting or death threats to officers. He was going to shoot officers if they didn't back off.
Okay, fast forward just a little bit more. What happened there?
And as you see Steven come up on the beach. He decides to pull a firearm out and turn around at my officers and begin open fire, but I was able to down him before he injured anybody.
Okay, thank you. And that will be all the timestamps for this at this time. Get myself situated back over here. Okay. During your investigation, were crime scene reconstructions prepared?
Yes.
Were you involved in reviewing those reconstructions?
Yes.
Do they fairly and accurately depict the locations of the evidence collected during your investigation?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, at this time, the state would like to move to admit State's Exhibit 3, the crime scene reconstruction photos.
Alright, it is admitted.
During your investigation, was DNA recovered from the crime scenes?
Yes.
Were there any forensic DNA that identified with Ben Dover?
Yes, ma'am.
What about Stephen Ramos?
Yes, ma'am.
Were shell casings recovered during the investigations?
Yes.
Were firearms recovered for all the defendant's arrests?
Yes.
Was Officer Jake Thompson's stolen firearm recovered?
Yes.
Was other police property determined to have been stolen during the investigation?
As far as I know, no.
Okay. Based upon your investigation, were the events at Cassidy Trail, the Blue shooting, and the Roxwood pursuit separate incidents or all part of one continuous course of conduct?
Yes.
Which one, sir?
Oh, wait, say that again, I'm sorry.
Were they separate incidents or were they part of one continuous course of conduct?
One continuous course of conduct.
And could you explain your reasoning behind that?
The reason behind it was, it all stemmed from...
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah, we can.
Sorry, I'm not sure how far we got. I was trying to object to the previous questions. The firearms relation. Again, discovery violation. They're trying to induce evidence not recorded.
This is his testimony. This is not introducing any evidence.
To your previous questions about the firearms.
Hold on. When you're seeing counsel, person up here real quick.
They're just,
Walk me through this discovery violation you're talking about.
okay, they're trying to admit the firearms that were founded on the defendants. But those firearms, although put in report, they weren't actually admitted into the evidence or through the AW.
Is that accurate?
We're not trying to admit anything. I'm simply asking the officer his recollection on if they were recovered.
So then I would just say objection relevance to the firearms.
So then you're speaking on facts without evidence.
Yeah, so if there's no firearms in the evidence, I can't allow that to be presented.
You can't allow the officer to say that they were searched and they found firearms.
He can say, yeah, he can say that all day long, but if there's no firearms evidence, then it's not holding weight. That's what I'm
Even though it's in his report.
It doesn't matter. Where's the physical evidence of it? If they pulled it off of him, why did they not present that as evidence? That's what I'm getting at.
That's just because.
So he can testify to the firearms, yes. But it will be noted that there are no firearms in actual evidence.
That's fine. I didn't plan on moving to admit anything that wasn't in evidence.
Okay. Well, I was just trying to get a better understanding of what was going on here because it's a little confusing.
Well, the state is arguing that there's a felon possession of a firearm, and that's part of the entire case here. That there's firearms in the individuals, and the police officer was a signs something like that. So
at the same time, though, it is his testimony. He is allowed to testify that there were there. It's just when no firearms are going to be able to be admitted into evidence.
yes, yeah. Just for clarification, I apologize. I wasn't objecting to his testimony. I was just objecting to the question that the firearm evidence. Just for clarification.
Okay.
Yeah, like I said, you can testify firearms.
Yes.
Firearms not be evidence. That's where we're at, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Your arms are heavy. Let's start the sweat.
Sorry about that. So you may continue.
The state has no further questions. Oh, sorry. Who's talking?
Your Honor, may I?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, I wanted to say this real quick, and it like doing that filing that report was extremely late. When I did my investigation, the serial numbers for the firearms, or like from the casings, came back to the firearms that were seized and taken off from Stephen and Ben as well too. So both casings with the serial numbers matched with the firearms that they were both in possession of, along with on the scene at Polito as well too. 103's firearm was used once by Stephen at Polito shooting at officers. So I just wanted to let you know about that, Your Honor.
All right. So do you have anything else?
I have no further questions, sir.
Defense.
All right, Mr. Thomas. Officer Thomas, I apologize.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So you were the primary evidence collector at these scenes, correct?
Yes.
Okay. The state has entered Exhibit 3. Do you have that exhibit in front of you by chance or no?
I do not know.
Okay. Do I need to present it to help you out here?
If you don't mind, please.
Sure, absolutely. If you want to join the courtroom, Your Honor, if that's okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, give me a moment as I try to pull this up.
Of course. A criminal. Straight to jail.
It wasn't the Black Rat Boys' fault. That's okay. Don't worry about it, Yuba.
And then I'll go ahead and talk here just for good continuity, if everybody's okay with that. And Your Honor, if it's okay, because my way my setup here is working. If everybody's able to respond to me here, that'd be helpful. Okay. Officer Thomas,
Yes, sir.
this is the scene recreation that we have in front of us.
Yes. Can you hear me in city? Do you need me through the Discordia?
No, you're good. I just want to make sure that everybody's able to hear each other. Okay. Did you collect any of the evidence here and this in the first photo?
No.
Okay. Did you collect any of the evidence here in this second photo?
No.
Okay. The third or the fourth photo here?
Nope.
Okay. What about these two photos?
No.
Okay. These two photos?
Yes.
Okay. Which one?
7 and 8.
Okay. And photo 7 will speaks directly to this one. Can you tell me from this visual here what item is which? I'll even do this. I'll even see if I can do this for you.
Yeah, I'm not zoomed in all the way.
That's 150% zoom in.
Let me see if I can pull it up on my tablet real quick. Sorry.
No, that's fine. Please, by all means. But I just want to know everybody's perspective right here. We're all viewing the same exact thing.
Okay. All right. So go ahead with that again.
Okay, so here in picture number 7, can you please identify the items in this photograph?
So.
And I'm assuming you're viewing it through your tablet, correct?
Yes. So.
Okay, and how far in do you have to zoom in to get some of these items?
I can see it. Okay. The fingerprints and the blood, all that's from the SUV, from Stephen Ramos's SUV. The blood and the projectiles to your right is going to be X-Ray 2's blood and Ben's blood, because Ben was down right on top of X-Ray 2.
Okay, the ones right here. I'm not sure if you can see my pointer here.
I can't. Hold on.
Okay, no worries. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. So basically, the ones dead center, they're kind of lined up with that. It looks like a telephone pole. Would you agree with that?
Okay, yeah. So the telephone pole, right where the telephone pole is at, like dead center of the telephone pole.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be X-Ray 2's and Ben's blood.
Okay. Can you tell me what else is there in that specific general area of that blood?
It's going to be projectile and bullets.
Okay, and can it tell who that's fired from or where it's going?
The projectile was hitting the ground.
Okay.
And hold on.
Phone's ringing. Can we get that turned off, please?
It's actually not bullet casings. It's not bullet casings. It's projectiles and blood. That's there.
Okay, all right. Can you tell exactly where those projectiles are coming from or going to? Help kind of educate me here. I.e., is that going to or from a person? I'm assuming a person doesn't stand there.
It's coming from so the projectiles. So when somebody fires a firearm, the projectiles is basically where the rounds land on the ground. So the shots are coming from somebody. So the casings where the firearm was fired, and it was fired at that general direction. So the projectiles where the bullet struck the concrete.
Okay, so I'm going to kind of dial in, so I want to make sure I get everything correct here. Huge case. I want to make sure we have all the facts. I'm expecting you to be the expert in this category. You are the evidentiary technician. Am I correct?
I'm not the evidentiary technician, but I collected the evidence. Yes.
Okay, is there an evidentiary technician that you guys have that could maybe speak to this more, or would you be the one or any officer qualified in that sort of aspect?
We don't have that. I had a picture of where the projectiles and everything were coming from, but the storm happened, and I lost all the photos. This was literally like not even like 10 minutes before storm hit.
Gotcha.
And I lost the pictures with my evidence camera.
Okay, so help paint a picture with me, because I want to make sure we get this right. The blood is right there, and then you said the projectiles. Can you tell from whose firearm those projectiles came from? Just looking at this photo here.
1 second.
And just reference, I can't really tell the item numbers, I just get to kind of read blood, that's about it. So I have to really look into it. I don't have glasses on.
So this, the serial number 727974 is from so if you can see in the picture, you'll see the serial number of the last 4 digits or the last 6 digits of 727974.
Mm-hmm.
That is from 103's firearm that was stolen.
Okay, from my perspective, I can't see any of those numbers. So if we get to zoom out for a second, we just forget about the numbers, okay?
Yeah.
I want to help kind of paint this, because if I can't see the numbers, right, I want to make sure that we get this sort of general aspect so that everybody is on the same page. You're kind of a better person to kind of interpret this better than I am. Do you agree with that?
Stinky mood.
Yes.
Okay. So that blood, those projectiles.
Crazy.
Where did those projectiles come from?
We're still on the first one.
Projectiles had to come from at least. Those projectiles had to come from the casings. The casings you see to the left. The 2 casings, or the one casing actually. The one casing, because the other casing to the left of that middle casing between by the sign and then the blood. That one casing was fired at said officer once or twice. I have to check the body cam footage. But within the evidence, it shows only one casing on the ground there.
Yeah. Okay. So let me ask you this: can you tell from this picture who shot what and who shot who?
So from the casing within the middle is going to be shot from a suspect due to the firearm being stolen.
So how can the court here understand that from this picture? Again, I'm going to base it off the evidence. So just from this picture, can we reasonably believe and see who shot who from this picture alone?
So hard to do that because, like I said, with the storm, I had everything on my evidence camera, but storm happened.
No, totally understand. So would you say you could just give me a yes or no? Can we tell from this picture who shot who?
No.
Okay. So we're going to move on to the next picture. You said you also collected evidence from picture number 8, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Describe to me this picture. Obviously, there seems to only be one item. It seems like sort of fingerprints of spinal side before running on foot until he was shot down when he pulled the firearm on officers. Who are we referring to?
The fingerprints from Steven Ramos.
Okay, gotcha. And this is the alleged station wagon?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to back up and we're going to talk about that station wagon. you were originally aware of the station wagon when?
And we got a 911 call about an individual being down up in Roxwood.
Okay. And that call came from where?
Hey, time out. Sorry to interrupt you. Do
Okay,
you
okay.
still need the virtual courtroom?
No, we could move back in.
Okay, yeah. If not, I'd like to move back in the city.
Absolutely.
Okay. Everybody hear me?
Yeah, you may continue.
Okay. Apologies. Okay, so you got that call about the station wagon. How did that call originate?
It came through our 911 dispatch.
Okay, and I don't have the details of that call. It wasn't admitted. Kind of elaborate a little bit more of how you know what details of that call were?
It came through, one of the officers was called it over through radio. I didn't see the call itself. It was 30 Whiskey that called over radio that a 911 call came through.
It's through the radio or through a cell phone?
It was through a cell phone, I apologize.
Okay. Is it customary for you guys to respond to calls through cell phones like that?
Yes.
Okay.
If the radio, if RTO is cluttered, we usually call each other, and we don't want to clutter radio even more.
Okay, understandable. What information were you given in relation